What to expect over the next 1 to 3 days, I'm here to tell you. Welcome to Daily Predictions, your news before news. I'm your host, Araya Eden. Kubla One means good, blessed, and wonderful. So, over the next 1 to 3 days, we're going to see energy coming in that is going to regard rate changes as well as more immigration talk, more immigration catches, nets being set, traps being set. I'm also seeing people having seizures, increase in strokes, as well as things that will cause people to really need the support. So a lot of supportive energy coming in. I'm reminded to tell you that teamwork makes the dream work. And today is the focus on teamwork. When two come together, it's time to expand. So we'll also be hearing more about expansions and mergers. More specifically, I'm getting something about Shell. And if I'm correct, Shell and BP are together. No, I'm not certain. But I'm getting something coming in about Shell. This could be Shell gas station. Y'all, I live on a farm. So I got to make sure I stay at alert at all times because I be thinking I hear stuff and I be like, what's that I hear? Especially with the energy that it came in the other day that talked about these creepy crawlers that's coming in today too. I be like, wait a minute, what is going on around me? So if you hear me get real quiet, that means I'm listening to what's going on outside, okay? But so yeah, so it's expansions and mergers. We're going to hear about expansions and mergers. We're also around 12 o'clock. Things are going to pick up and get busier. This is a good day to work on your external environments. It's going to be a good day to exercise and also it's going to be a good day to rest. It's also going to be a good day to rest. For many of you, you may feel like you're tired, especially later on today. You know, you may feel like you're tired. You may feel like you don't have the energy. You may have a slow time getting started, but at 12 o'clock, things tend to pick up and start to get busier there. Look, I'm tired now. I had to catch a yawn right in the middle of it, like, but and this is because we're in the waxing gibbous moon. No, we're in the waning gibbous moon, and around this time, it's time for us to persevere and keep going and keep going and keep going. And it's time to be resilient. I'm reminded to tell you to be resilient and persevere. Okay, keep your goal in mind and stay focused because around this time we start to slack off. Okay, so it's a good day to clean and organize your space as well. And then, you know, just like, look, listen to your body. Okay, listen to your body because I'm picking up on bodies. Okay, now when I pick up bodies and skeletons, historically, we're going to see this come up in the news over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Bodies being found, people being found, because I'm actually picking up on like not serial killers per se, but I'm picking up on the energy where I would tell, you know, women, you know, to be watchful, especially if you're going to the 24-hour gyms and stuff like that. You know, pay attention to your surroundings because I see people snatching people. And that's what I'm getting here, snatching energy over the next 1 to 3 days or so. Okay. Seizures, strokes, that type of things. Could even be just like a lot of sudden movement happening with this energy here. I'm also even seeing the potential, like I said, for another earthquake or something like that, because it could be an earthquake, but it could be a sinkhole. I just see a hole. I just see like a hole, and I like, like something of the earth opening up. And so that's something that you want to keep in mind over the next 1 to 3 days or 4. I'm seeing very foolish activity here. We're still in the energy to where I tell you there's going to be mass transitions into the spirit, even though we're in the middle of a cycle. It's all about the support that I'm seeing here, and the supporting systems that I'm seeing here is showing me that transitions are still happening all the way. Well, at least they are right now. So it's some layover from yesterday, just a little bit. I'm seeing with all the floods and stuff and the idiotic type tendencies here, very foolish behavior coming in. A lot of movement. People are going to be moved. I'm picking up something about trucks, semi trucks, U-Hauls. I am picking up stuff like rent being due, rent rates increase, gas rates increase. I see a lot of increase in rates over the next 3 to 4 days or so. I'm also picking up on, like I told you the other day, slithering movement. So watch out for rattlers if you're in the Texas area, because I feel like they're on the move here with this in the energy. So we may hear more coming up about snake bites or so. I had an interesting dream last night, y'all. I really did. Now, I don't know if I went on a vacation in a vacation. But all I know is I was in this room and I was checking for somebody who was not checking for me. But I was like, well, I'm already here anyway, so I might as well enjoy. And so I opened up a door and there was a bear outside on the steps. And I said, oh, let me shut this door. And then I shut the door. And then all of a sudden I try to turn around and walk back. And there's like stuff all on the on the floor that people brought me. And I was like, where all this stuff come from? Like, it just looks so messy. And I was like, where all this stuff come from? I guess that's a sign that it's time to clean. But I was like, where all this stuff come from? And then it was like a woman, she was telling me, oh, I'm giving you this, or something we give people this. And it was like I guess like they, it's like they give people stuff like a gift, like almost as if I was like, I don't know why, but I was like, why are they giving me all this stuff? Like what I'm supposed to do with this? But anyways, I could always took it and gave it to the homeless, but I wasn't thinking at the time. So anyways, I'm still worried about this bear, like what I'm going to do if this bear come in. So I made a plan. I was like, okay, if this bear comes in, I'm lock myself in the bathroom. But I was like, if I lock myself in the bathroom and the bear comes in the bathroom, what I'm going to do then? I'm trying to prepare for this bear that I know is lurking in the bathroom. And I'm asking these people, I'm like, you don't see that bear? Apparently, I'm the only one that saw the bear. Ain't that something? That kind of puts me in mind of what's going on now. I feel like sometimes I'm the only one that see the bear. You don't see that bear? So I'm like, why am I the only one see the bear? But anyways, and so it went from there to like now I'm with a group of college students. They're so much younger than me. They're laughing at me because like I don't know certain terms that they know. And I'm like, I said something. I said, I'm I don't know. I said I'm 43. Y'all know I ain't no 43. I think I'm 42. But I was like, I'm 43. I don't know. I don't, y'all about 18, 19, 20. I'm 43, child. I don't remember. I don't know nothing about all that. The terms that they were trying to show. But anyways, so then it went from there to like this young boy, and he took me to, well, he took me. He was like, I'll show you. He was like, I'll show you what I know. And he started like helping me and showing me some stuff. And you know, when I met them, they were exercising, and we weren't doing that at that time. So we ended up going to, like, it looked like this pawn shop or something. And like I had a green crystal in it. I guess it was a jade. And I had a jade, and this sounds more like a financial dream. And I had some jade. And then I asked the guy, how I was like, how much you gonna give me for this? And he gonna tell me about it sounded like he said 40 big ones. And I said, 40 big ones. I said, $40. Um and I said, how much is it worth? He said, I think he said 100 and something. And so, anyways, he had some crystals on his desk, on his thing. Like he had a bunch of crystals. So I picked up one of the crystals and I put it on this table and I hovered it over another crystal. What I do that for? Child, I put that thing start floating in the air, and what I do that for, people started like coming up missing, like they just like started disappearing. And I was like, oh Lord, where they go? I was like, where they go? and then so I went for a walk looking for them, and then instead of following them, I found animals. Luckily I didn't find that dang on bear. But anyways, when he came back, so eventually, so the girl that was with us, she turned invisible. Couldn't find her. So when then all of a sudden I was like, well, he gone, so ain't no sense of leaving all these good crystals. So I'm taking all the crystals, and then he comes back, and he looks totally different than what he did when he was there. I guess he done time travel, child. I don't know, but he looked totally different. So he come back, and he's like all dressed in, like, I don't know, some kind of garb. He got on some kind of get up, like he done been to the future and beyond. And he's like, oh, he's like, I got so much knowledge. I got so much knowledge. And then he like opens up this book, and this book is supposed to be something that contains all his memories. I said, what in the world kind of dream am I having now? Now I know my dreams, and I know there's some significance there, but I just found it interesting because I was like, where they going? Like, is it the rapture? I mean, people were like disappearing, like in thin air. It's like, what the world? But yeah, that don't have nothing to do with this year, but maybe it does, because um people could start, I'm seeing snatch energy, so people could start disappearing. you know People just start disappearing. See, with all the immigration stuff, we were already having issues with people being snatched out of white vans and stuff, and sold as sex slaves and stuff like that. So now people being snatched, they're being thought that, they were just immigrated, or oh they just returned home, when really and truly they did not. They are being sold as slaves and such, you see. So it's a real thing here. And so I feel like that could be one of the reasons I saw people disappearing. And then the bear could represent somewhat of a predator, um, you know, but also, it could also represent a time of food shortage as well, because, um, bears, when they go looking for stuff, they go in the house, they looking for food. All right. But anyways, so speaking of food, I'm picking up on something about meat and fish, bumps as well. I told you about the bumps on fish. I feel like fish are getting sick here. Also, food coming in, something about, could be something about, the meat, beef jerky, something along those lines, coming in about meat shortage, meat not being on the shelf, that type of thing. Um, I'm also seeing over the next 1 to 3 days, um, something coming in about feed. I told you about that before, about like animal feed, finances, um, food. Oh, food rates, prices on food go up. That's what that is. The prices on food go up because I'm seeing rates going up. So you see rates being increased here. I'm seeing issues about respect coming in. I'm seeing notices, um, being put out. I'm seeing, people being told to, uh, obey or else. I'm seeing, so I'm seeing a lot of controlling energy, but I'm also seeing, that we're being urged to, pay attention to our surroundings. Program evaluations. So programs are going to be evaluated. I'm seeing temporary occupancy. So some people are going to receive temporary housing. This could have something to do with the immigrants, but I'm not certain. I just see temporary housing or temporary occupancy, here. Now, that could also be someone stepping into somebody's position temporarily. You see, this could be someone, stepping into some kind of office temporarily to fill a space, maybe possibly because someone ended up having a stroke or a seizure or something like that. Um, and it was so bad that they had to revive them, because I also get revived. But nonetheless, I don't think it's going to be anything that serious, but it could be because I'm seeing it. Okay. Um, Things try to brighten up a little bit as people try to get more, become more cheerful, more brighter energy coming in, is what I'm seeing. At least that's what people are going to, try to do. Something coming in about coffee still. I don't know what's, going on with coffee, but I feel like, this has something to do with the tariffs, but something coming in about coffee, especially like premium coffee, as well as, benefits, something coming in about benefits. And I'm also getting, something coming in about rewards and medals. Some people could receive the Medal of Honor, but I'm seeing a lot about, metal, and so this could be metal being affected, by the tariff. So we could see increase in prices on metal as well. Okay, so, um, I am getting talk about England, universities, Washington Rivers, um, here. I'm being told here, that, like, when it comes down to supply of coal, something coming in about coal, might be an issue here. This could even be, artwork today, as we are in creative energy. So, I seen someone like, drawing a painting with coal, but nonetheless, you want to really, um, ensure that you are preparing and doing what you need to do. Even if you don't live in a country, there's things that you can do. You can grow your own food on your balcony. I lived in an apartment, and my first garden was, on the balcony, and I just made the step, like a stepping, type of, planter box that I made, and I was able to grow so much food on the balcony. At least enough food to sustain myself. But, so you can grow food on your balcony. Okay, just try to go vertically instead of like wide. Just go up, grow up, and you'll have more space. Okay, even internally, grow up and you will have more space. Okay, so wages coming up, something coming up about wages. I'm also seeing news about hikes, news about marches, um, that type of things coming in, possessions and belongings. People could possibly be put out of their house with their possessions and their belongings because they didn't pay their rent or something like that. So sometimes a conversation can go a long way, and here, but pay attention to your animals and the animal enclosures and stuff, especially your chicken coop. Uh, Here with these creepy crawlers rolling around. Make sure you're watching what you're doing. Um, Here, so pay attention to your pets today. I'm also seeing something coming up in the news about lottery, um, engines, aircraft and travel. I'm seeing something coming in about aircraft and travel, honey, wine. Here I'm seeing rank and position, talk being threatened, people trying to um, pretty much take people's position here. Um, a lot of talk, like I said, about the markets here, sweets. Okay, I think that I covered everything here. Negotiations. Okay, so we're going to see a lot of negotiations taking place when it comes down to retailers here. So, exercise and bodybuilding energy is coming in as well. And when it comes down to hemp, I'm seeing talk about hemp over the next 1 to 3 days or four. Peru is coming in the energy, as well as organisms, tiny little bugs, extraterrestrial activity being claimed. We'll hear news about extraterrestrials over the next 1 to 3 days or so, as well as official documents here. Bar activity. We'll see something happening about a bar. Here's something about a bar. This could be a legal bar. This could be like the bar that lawyers have to law students have to take to become lawyers. A possibility for meteor showers here, because I'm seeing a lot of glimmering and flickering here, as well as religious education over the next 1 to 3 days or four. Okay. Well, especially today because it's Wednesday, so that would make sense.